Back with another one. Back with another one. Let me get set up real quick. Let me get set up real quick. Sunday Madness 33. Sunday Madness 33. Last Thursday was a blast. Shouts out to Leticia. I gotta see the replay of that stream. That was epic. I ain't did a panel like that in a minute. Shouts out. He said we got to do a one on one. Okay, Tampa. I'll think about it. Okay. It's pretty much what it is. So, and I'm just gonna have to get this little thing cleared. Non-activism. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, everything's clear. It looks good. It looks good. Looks good. That was from earlier. Okay. So, today's, topic is random as usual, but shouts out to everybody and then shouts out to one last Thursday people came through. Man, like I said, game versus non-game. Bullshit conversation. This is all just last year's talk. And pretty much you just having the same old rigmarole type nonsense that you got now. So I'm not worried about the future of the so-called space, what they would say, or the manosphere, or whatever. That shit's done sail. That's ship done sailed a long time ago. So you got to pretty much relax on that. So I'm not really tripping what we got here in the moment. So anybody's thinking about anything, you're not changing anything because people are going to be who they are. And it's no knock to nobody. It's just I just don't see a future of growing for the young boys. And I said that last Thursday. And I was trying to tell Leticia that stuff is dead and gone. People had their chance to make up their mind to change, and it's an individual thing. I think the 1.0 era was probably one of the greatest eras that we did, and we risk. So the manosphere stuff kind of went on its left field. So now people stuck on the game versus non-game theory. Um, it's pretty much the same old arguments, the petty so-called beef arguments. It's a bunch of bullshit that people subscribe to, and they think they got the world all figured out, and they don't. And then you got this character named Sneeko. He's faking for red pill. I've heard this from Duke the Don, which is true. It's pretty much the same, and I'm not caring what others think at this point. So people be on some bullshit, and that's just what it is. I'm not worried. This is Sunday Madness. It's free for all topic. We can talk about anything. But there's a I got an update for y'all about the Grand Theft Auto definitive edition. The issue with the definitive editions each game, I believe San Andreas' shooting is terrible. I'm just gonna put that out there. The gameplay is mediocre, but the story is excellent as usual. They sped up some of the missions. I found out when I played the wrong side of the tracks, they sped that motherfucker up. They made the NPC, the AI, Big Smoke a lot better. If you do it the right way, he shoots faster and they die instantly. Saying how you measured the train, I was ahead of the train and did not fall off or get hit or spun out or whatever. That lets me know they sped up the missions. And then I'll give you another one, another hard one besides wrong side of the tracks. What was it? It was I did good on all the racing missions, and then he went out overseas. Let's go with Zero's mission. The first Zero mission, Air Raid, it used to be hard on the older consoles, and it was for me too because the aim and shoot. Okay, the hard on the old version is a lot better. The newer version, they sped that shit up. You can hit all those, like they have the health bars is like a long ass a bar, like a rectangular bar instead of a thin rectangular bar. That's the difference. And they sped up the planes, but you can kill them faster if you know what you're doing, and you won't lose a lot of transmitters. And then it was right down to like 14 to 15 seconds, and then it went right down to that final one. And I had that last transmitter, and it survived. They sped up that mission, and they also sped up supply lines. If you do it right and don't put the plane above sea level or whatever, and drop it a little bit, and then you won't run out of engine. If you do it right, like certain patterns, they think that's hard. Nah, that's pretty easy if you know what you're doing. And I come to find out, and I look at that, I said, Rockstar done tweaked the missions, the people that bitch and complain about, and definitive edition is mediocre. I would say as a whole game, it's still a minus to me. I mean, the story's good, graphics is okay. I mean, it's cartoons, but you got to think about it. The old style is 3D. It's hard to transmute. I don't think it's hard to transmute. I think they have backwards compatibility to fix those games. But to be honest with y'all, they're not even that bad. It's just the shooting is terrible. I miss the old three triangle reticle shooting that you have in the older games, because shooting was a lot easier back then. A lot of people think it was hard, but no, it was easy. When someone wrote that article, that's bullshit. It is not hard. It's actually easy if you know what you're doing, and they did not have no fucking weapon wheel. That's the best one. The drawback with the old one, it was probably the story. Everything was a little darker, but it was a classic 3D game. But if you play the new version, the story's good, but the gameplay is mediocre. It's like a C minus or C plus. I was give it that. Outside of it, it's a good game, but to be fair, you don't have to buy it. But if you want to buy it, that's fine. To me, I'll just use it just one time and say I'll play it, and that's it. I probably ain't gonna play it multiple times. I'll probably play it twice, and that's it. I'll be done with it because that's the only ones they got. But if they have the old version, they found a way to make it compatible and all that other stuff. That's cool. But I think they may tweak some of it next year, and I think they may tweak some of it probably in 2024, because you may never know. They're gonna add some new shit to these games. But I think the most game that has the most love, I hate to say it's gonna be Vice City. Because I'm playing that one last, because if I'm pegged right, if I find out that game has more good tweaks than San Andreas and three, that means people bitch complain about Vice City way more than San Andreas, because that was the first one that introduced clothing. San Andreas kind of introduced you with customization and clothes. I would say buy a lot of safe houses, but a lot of cars and everything else. And I think that game is pretty much what it is. But the classic is still better. It's still king. I still got the Xbox One playing on it, but I'm also, if I had the old Xbox version of the original, I can get that as well on the disc, and I think it can play that as well. If I find that disc, if I find that somewhere sometime, I may get it for Christmas. That's gonna be my last one playing it. I will play the original version of that game. I'm serious because I feel like it's needed. It's needed. Because San Andreas to me is a classic. I'm sorry. I like a lot of classic games too, because it takes me back when I had the old PlayStation 2, and I still have some of their old games, but it's pretty much what you see in the ballpark. But you got to understand something. A lot of times people, they just think they got something and they think these games are going to be profitable, but they're trying to push this agenda with the GTA 6, and then a female couple protagonist. I think a female with a male couple, like a Bonnie and Clyde shit. That's the thing they're trying to say. Bunch of bullshit. Rockstar's trying to consolidate power in a fan base to come out of that. Because the GTR fan base is fucking lame, to be honest with you, in the Grand Theft Auto community. I've noticed that when I watch some of their videos, like, man, y'all love an overrated game that was rushed and it was trash and didn't live up to the hype. And GTA 5 already did. And people hate GTA 5 because it's in San Andreas. A lot of people claim they love San Andreas. They don't like San Andreas. They don't like the West Coast. They don't like the, CJ. I'm sorry. He's a black character, and these white followers of Grand Theft Auto, they're lame, bro. They hate Carl Johnson because Carl was different than every other character. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. It's just like they hate Franklin. It's the same shit. Why don't they just come out and say that you don't like San Andreas? That's all it is. It just it's undefeated at this point, because the East Coast been losing so far. Rockstar disses the East Coast way more than they do the West Coast, even though they live out there, even though they're Britain. That lets you know the bias is in there, and I understand people's hate, but they have to understand they made it open world. Y'all wanted that shit. Think about the South. The South is like in between. If you notice, people don't hate Vice City. It's up and down. It's a toss up. But most people like Tommy versus Vic Vance. I like Vic Vance. He's a black character. So again, you got a lot of these fake fans, and I'm glad Rockstar shut their bitch asses up and said, no, they don't care about no damn fucking Eastern European, especially it's close to Russia or whatever, or in Asia. We just got to understand people are just love mediocre bullshit. That's what they love. And it's like you see in life. I just don't understand people's hypocrisy claiming they love the game, but they really don't. They just love bullshit to say online, and then they get on these content, and I would say certain panels and stuff. But shouts out to the ones that do the lore videos, like the professional. I would say he's unbiased with his review, and he respects San Andreas. It's a handful of guys, but the rest of the followers are just stupid. I don't listen to idiots that hate San Andreas all day. I ain't got time for that. I don't care what Rockstar did. I still support the series, but I'm just saying it's not a bad game. It's fun to play. It's just something to have. You know what I'm saying? As a collectible. But I have the original one on PlayStation 2. I ain't got the one on Xbox yet, but if I ever get that disc from Xbox, or if I find it somewhere, I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know. I don't know what store, or they still got it, or another store. You'll see. Man, oh man, it's just I don't see people talking about things like that, you know. And I'm not really tripping off of anything, so it's pretty much the same old, same old. We're 11 minutes in, so I usually drop the gates down on the hour mark if y'all want to come up. If not, I'm just gonna keep speaking because I usually do 2 to 3 hours with my Sunday streams and my Thursday streams. So y'all gotta understand those are my limits. I don't go over like that. But shouts out to Leticia, that came through last week. She asked me some great questions, and appreciate her. Always ask. You may never know some. I tend to do this all the time, but Sundays is my days. If I want to stream, if I want to do some content, I have to do it on Sunday at the start of the week. And then during the week, like Wednesday is like usually my content. I just go in and just do my thing. But Sunday is like the content that I do because I love streaming on Sundays. But when it comes to Thursday content, that's when the bullshit comes in, and that's the beginning of the weekend and whatnot. So pretty much people just gonna be who they are 9 out of 10. So I'm not surprised when people ask and say, "Hey, is this the stuff that we're going through or whatever?" But playing this game like past couple of days, and I gotta say it's okay. It's not the best. People ask me about the definitive edition. It's pretty much decent. I like the old one better. That's just me. That's my preference. But to be fair, the definitive edition, I would say mission wise, it does help with the sped up missions. Am I a fan of that shit? No. It's it's a little challenging, but it ain't challenging. But see, I'm a strategist. I've beaten these missions before. I understand the pattern. I was going to check to see what they improved, and you get what you get. San Andreas is going to be San Andreas. It's a classic. I want to see what End of the Line is going to be like until I got better weapons. I mean, that's it with my character, but that's it. But so far, so good. I'm kind of enjoying the story, but the gameplay is very mediocre. I mean, the shooting, that's hard to get used to. Killing cops during the time is a waste. It's not worth it. I mean, I've killed some part of the stat sheet. It's not worth it at all. So you gotta understand that me understanding that game is pretty much night and day. Because I remember PlayStation, you had the controls. They try to say it's hard. It's not hard. It's just understanding the game. Now, if I had old PlayStation 2, I'd definitely play Saints Row. I mean, not Saints Row, but San Andreas again and again. Because if I ever see it, and I know certain TVs have those red and white things on the back, yeah, you can connect to it and then watch it and play the game and do some damage. And I love playing that game because that's one of the games I played back in the day, and I'm happy with it. But I tell you what's noticing the difference in the definitive edition San Andreas. I already gave y'all a spoiler. The tattoo shop in San Fierro, the ones that they removed out of the game, they actually put that in definitive edition, and because that was moved, and it was also in the newer version of the 360 and PS3. That's what this definitive edition reminds me of. It's the same game, right? I went further to San Fierro, right? Same fucking game, same game. You can play it on mobile or the consoles, the two consoles at the time, 360 and PS3. And I remember like it was yesterday. It's mediocre, but before I went to PS4, when I saw that shit, That's where they got it from. And they used the old 3D games and that together. That's what they did. And that's why they changed it. So it's pretty much I saw a difference in there back then when they was trying to push it on those consoles, but then they push it on these consoles. They said it was a flop. Technically, it's somewhat of a flop, but I'm think people still playing it. A lot of people said, why are they still buying it? They're gonna see is that gonna be the thing. And yes, they took the old 3Ds game versions of the originals that you see that's on the definitive edition. Come to find out, you got to get them on eBay or somewhere, or the purchase or Amazon. They still got those. Rockstar ain't got rid of them. They just got rid of them online. But offline, you can get the disc. And there's no way to stop y'all from not getting that disc. So, like I said, a lot of video games are not obsolete. If you take care of them, they'll still play. If you get the original Xbox games, you could play it on the Xbox One, I believe, and you still do. And I believe if you play the old Grand Theft Autos, yeah, that will work. And that's the standard you would go with. And I think Xbox is different from PlayStation. If long as you have the account, long as they don't shut off the internet or their little stores or any version of console you get. I think the 360 store still works. The Xbox Live, they call it Xbox Live. They don't call it a specific thing. See, PlayStation try to fool you with the store and fuck your shit up. They update their store, but it's not really the same. They tell you to get a new one. It could be a game file or whatever. So you got to be careful. That's the thing about electronics and tech and all this other stuff, especially video games and stuff like that. It's very tough. People pick and choose how they move and just be in their lives when they do stuff like that. But you gotta understand something. I don't think most video games has changed a bit, but they changed in the look. Everybody got away from gameplay. They said, well, what about graphics? That's the fucking problem. Like you got people in the real world care about aesthetics. No one gives a shit about that shit. That shit's a bygone age. That shit died, bro. Like graphics mean something, but it ain't everything. That's why people are so dumb today. Believe in bygone age bullshit, and then there you are. We gotta stop. We gotta stop defending bullshit. And that's the secret. I just don't understand why people just don't get what I'm seeing. But let's talk about game versus non-game for a minute. I mean, shouts out to Tasi. I think he did a stream the other night. I think it was last night. Pretty telling. I just don't see people care. A lot of people say you got to pick a side. And fuck both sides, bro. Like these hoes is laughing at y'all, still talking about that from 2021. They said the tricks is winning. Technically, the tricks is not winning. Or the game. The game is obsolete. Does it exist? Yeah, in a finesse way, but people hate the word when I use the word finesse. Finesse game exists for a reason. That's why game equals what? Finesse. You finesse what you want to get certain people out their way or con them out of the way. That's what this the so-called life that people teaches us in certain video games meant the same way. So you gotta understand something. This stuff is nothing new. The stuff that they're talking about is shit that I've heard years and years ago. What's going on, Pastor? Salute. And I know tricking is a thing in the internet, and I don't like talking about tricking as usual. But to me, I don't condone none of that. I mean, I understand y'all like going strippers and hoes and things. Shouts out the ones that are honest, but you got a lot of fake motherfuckers claiming they're conservative and tricking. I can't take people seriously. What's going on, Lonzo? Salute. I can't take niggas seriously, man. I'm sorry. And it was that one individual. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I call that nigga three syllables for a reason, just for his southern accent. But he tries to. I left here to go to Colorado. Man, nigga, you ain't shit. Be quiet. Don't make me don't get me started. But I know some information on your whole ass about that Irene Levette. So fuck that nigga. I don't care who support that nigga. I don't support that nigga. That be tricking off for some pictures. Sound like a bitch ass nigga to me. And he ain't the only one. It's a lot of niggas on pounds act like that. And they hide secrets. And then when niggas air you out in the real world, you always been a fuck nigga. And get your money up. I'll say it like this to this nigga in person. Get 15 million, then come talk to me. I ain't bragging on what I got, but I'm just saying. But don't act like you got more money, man. Nigga, you broke. If you got 15 million or more than me, if you don't have any of that shit, shut the fuck up and go sit down. Quit preaching like you're conservative. You're not, nigga. You're a fraud, nigga. You got bodied by Jay Sean and others. I've seen your ass. You can't even debate word for leg. He got mad at me one time. We had a fallout from last year. Dude's a whole hoe, man. Like he's worse than these bitch ass niggas on the internet. And I don't see why y'all listen to that nigga, man. Like I lost faith in him last year. It's no shot at y'all if y'all do. That's cool, but I don't fuck with that nigga. I'm sorry. That's a bitch ass nigga to me. He lives in the past, bro. That shit he's talking about, that shit is bygone too. I'm gonna talk about fuck bygone ages, man. Societies. I mean, them shits don't work. You got to move different nowadays. These hoes don't care about you doing that weird shit, doing that so-called conservative shit because that shit's dead. These people act like Nazis out here. You gotta understand. Like, look at Melly Monaco. She's the new KS. That's their god now. If a nigga see you go against a woman, they go crazy. I ain't praising them either. You know, I mean, there's some decent ones, but I'm not being overzealous, acting crazy over the shit. And I ain't got to slander all women to get attention. I don't need that. That's what you niggas need. And then you wonder why they talk shit about y'all. So it's pretty much you niggas is inconsistent what y'all say all the time. I don't know why people listen to certain individuals, and that's if that's y'all's choice, that's great. They don't even have to listen to me trying to say if I'm full of shit, and that's fine. They don't have to. There's other people listening to me on the playback all the time. They're gonna find out what I'm saying. Now it's no shot at old boy, but dude need to chill out. Like I know a lot about what was said about you off air, dude. If he wants to address it, that's it. But he's a fuck nigga. He's a waste of time. I'm not gonna listen to a fuck nigga cry about his problems. You just as bad as the rest of these niggas on panels and try to act like he don't support that shit. Nigga, you supported that shit. Just claim that. And I hate the term passport pros. I call them lost pros. I'm gonna do a stream on they asses. They're lost and diluted. And we saw what's his name? I saw Eric Black got destroyed on 1G's. Shouts out to 1G's. But dude, this is a repeat of history. It's a repeat of last year and the beginning of this year. It's just the same shit. They did this shit in 2020 and it failed. Shouts out to our Red Sings Blue. Red has to understand that shit is bullshit. Niggas just want something to talk about and argue over some retarded shit, but can't think for their motherfucking selves, can't get their life right. Think about it. If they really care about boys, change your own life first before you change someone else's life. How about that? Okay. If y'all care about the boys so much, change your own damn image. Now I'm trying my best ability to do that over here, but niggas ain't, they ain't built like that, bro. Like I've yet to see it. Niggas kill me claiming they got so much knowledge about the shit, but you don't know what it is. To me, game, when I look at game, I look at the term finesse. If you finesse people and lie on people all the time, or try to get your way through it, or manipulation, that's part of it. You act like I ain't never heard of it before. Yeah, it's a slang term for, the pimping and things like that, but it's more than just pimping. Yeah, it's semi pimping. Some of it's pimping, some of it ain't. I'm telling you what it is. It's finesse. That's how they get these hoes, and that's how they get the draws and all that other stuff. But niggas forget that stuff is bygone, man. I'm gonna have to do a stream, outside stream called "Bygone Ages Have Been Ceased," or I'm gonna name it something. Forget the bygone ages. It's over. I'll name a stream called "It's Over," and in the description I'm gonna write "Fuck all bygone ages," because I believe bygone ages they keep us trapped where we are. Right? We talk about how great we was back in the day, and that shit died, bro. Even I realized in 2012, 10 years ago, I was saying the shit that wasn't popular. Now it's already got the views it need. I don't need to talk about it as much. The reason I reference it because people that don't know, you have to look at my videos. I tell them go watch this and this, and you're good. I made playlists. This is the reason why I made a lot of playlists. Go watch my shit. I ain't gotta tell you shit to pull up. Mods can put the links of what they say, what I was saying back then is consistent, and I'm telling you that shit's dead, man. I'm looking at a new landscape, how people out here, especially out here in Georgia, like people are not moving out like that. They just, women are doing different things and they don't act like that. No, it's a small fraction here. I mean, it does exist. I'm not saying it don't exist. And shouts out to Leticia pointing that out last Thursday. I was told her, yeah, it exists, but you have to understand it's not the majority. These dudes that hate their own women or hate men themselves or hate themselves. I've been peeping that since 2020. I try to tell her I left that shit in 2021. The shit that they was saying is some pedophile shit. And this is why Taz call them pedophiles and shit. Because of their thoughts. It's not about what you say, it's your thoughts. It's what you're thinking inside, what makes you say the shit that you say, and then you wonder why there's no manosphere. Well, technically, it ain't. It's actually dead. Okay. I don't know why these bitches claim, oh, it exists. It exists. No, they're not real red pill. They're actually blue pill. These are not real manosphere dudes. These are fake red pillars equals blue pill motherfuckers. Like that Sneeko cat. He's blue pill. He ain't red pill. He's an idiot. Just want attention and want sexual attention all day long. He's young and dumb. I'll say it like this. When you're young and dumb, I'll say teenage from 13 to 20 plus. I'll say that young and dumb. You expect them to act like that. When we were all those ages, I was a little smarter in my young and dumb days. I was dumb on some things, but I learned a lot by reading and exposure and people. But once I got turned 30 and I'm in the 30 and above range, that means you're supposed to know better. This is where you're supposed to transition your shit to the next level. But you got idiots on the internet claiming they're better than everybody. Bunch of narcissistic idiots that I see all the time, and I don't fuck with. You give them that arm's length, and I know people get mad. They say, "Well, niggas giving them arm's length." Well, niggas don't realize that when you talk about game, add the key word, the F word, finesse. Finesse is the number one word that these so-called I hate the term game nigga. Just call them so-called players. Just say it like that, or pimps or whatever, but a game nigga, like that sound like the lame niggas use the word game nigga. Let's just keep it right there. That's what I won't call them niggas lame niggas, because only lame motherfuckers say that. Real dudes out here doing the work and actually doing shit, we don't use the term game nigga. That sounds retarded. That sounds preschool. Just call them what they is. They're so-called players and hustlers and shit like that. Yeah, just say that. They can handle that more than you call them a game nigga. Like, who cares? Or call them finesse niggas. See, they hate the word finesse because finesse is game. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what Platinum disagree with me, Cuda disagree with me. Finesse is game. I don't care what nobody say. That's what I know growing up. My uncles did it. Everybody else did it. My cousins did it. And that's how they got the ass and whatever. They talked to people a certain way and they got in. And it's not just them. I have friends from back home where I'm originally from told me that shit up front when I was younger. And it still applies today. The thing is, you still got to show up and you still got to communicate and you still got to do what you do. If you can't do that, step aside, move on. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. Now, the tricking, I don't brag about spending dollars on these filthy ass hoes. What's going on, UD? Salute, salute. It's just the bullshit that these dudes talk about. Like, tricking to me is not an issue. It is necessary in the environmental structure of the world, especially the sorry country we call America. And I don't hate nobody tricking. If you trick, that's your business. Okay. I don't dick police over here either. I don't give a fuck about that shit. But shut the fuck about it online on panels. Like, you're making yourself look bad. It's not about passport bros. No, them niggas is losers, okay? They're just there for pussy. Just be honest. I'm just gonna tell them niggas, y'all in it for pussy. That's why I say fuck you niggas. I don't even want to call you past. I won't call you lost bros because you lost it. You failed to get some here, but you want to go over there and fuck up everybody else's shit. But see, you're deluded like the white man. That's what he does. Don't be like the white man, because the white man, that's his mindset. See, he's laughing at you bitch ass niggas in the so-called manosphere because y'all the dummies. Why you think the white man laughs at you for tricking? You're just a piece of shit in a pond. I'm gonna have to make a stream about you niggas because all y'all do is complain about the same hoes. And I saw Daquan Wiltshire saying about big women, and shouts out to Daquan Wiltshire. And he said this, and that kind of resonate what he was saying. I kind of agreed to him. You dudes hate yourself. Stop trying to go for these thin models, but y'all ain't really built like that to fuck them. Stop it. Just stop it, man. Like, all this bullshit with the game, but it's retarded, man. This is why these fucking cunt ass hoes, feminists, always laugh at you bitch ass niggas every day in the internet. It's really laughable. It's really laughable. I'm getting raw today because it's Sunday Madness. I don't care, and I don't care what nobody says or what they think about. But y'all not gonna lie about what game is, because game to me is finesse. Once you finesse, you're in there. Finessing can mean anything. You can finesse out of a car or whatever, and people finesse all the time to talk and tell this lie to them, and they'll accept it. You got a lot of them accept it. Hoes accept lies. Women don't. Real women don't. So you gotta understand. I understand women. Like people act like I don't, but I actually do. I mean, I tell you a first lesson. Second time on that job as a barista, I think it was 2017. This is going to my second year. Um, Never laugh at a female. Never try to insult her or anything. I threw something at her. I was new on the job, and then they called me in the office, and I told her she was starting shit. She was a rich lady, she was rich and wealthy. And then I learned my lesson. They could have fired my ass, but they didn't. I was working alongside with them as partners, and she tried to challenge me. It's a white bitch, so-called white bitch, but Edomite bitch, but whatever. But she tried me. She tried me back in 2017. I'll never forget it. It was hard that year. That was a hard year. That was the Trump era. And I'm telling you, boy, it's not good when people try you all the time. And that's how they test you. And I learned a lot from customer service, and all types of women give me great conversation. You got the ones that didn't, that scoffed at me and shit. It is what it is, man. Like they'll push your buttons, but I got used to it over time, and I can withstand the pain. That's why I can handle long conversations, not just panels, but consistency as a whole, man. Like we got to stop trying to say things are bad, but you dudes fail to communicate. I can communicate on one on one all the time. It ain't easy. And then when I first got the job, I had to learn off on the go. Okay. I had to work on off the job as well, communication. I mean, it can be a little lackluster, but you gotta understand something. This stuff does not go away. And it's just what it is. Bender said, I'm not a nihilist. So I ain't gonna get into that conversation. That niggas get mad. That's some pill shit. Some people say it ain't, but you gotta understand some people are gonna be who they are. And I'm not really tripping about what people stance on everything. You gotta understand something. This stuff matters to certain people. Okay. So when you're talking about things like that, you just look ahead and look forward to what you're seeing and whatnot. So I understand that people have their reasons. What's going on, Degenerate? Salute, salute, man. Salute, salute. Everybody coming in the building. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. This is a topic that touches certain people, and here we are. And we're in it. Oh, so yeah, they updated my Wednesday stream. Yeah, yeah, political ideologies. We're gonna put that in the political world system. We're gonna talk about a lot of systems. We will cover Thursday Thrills 27. I'll have to post that later. I'm gonna make a stream of that later. I'll post that later. Cause get this shit out of the way. All right. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Like, yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it now. I think people start coming in more because it's getting close, but it's still technically summer. It's been a mild summer this year because everybody's been locked in since the pandemic. Salute, Juan G, salute. And they've been locked in for 2 years, man. And everybody's acting free. It's been crazy out here. It's been a excellent summer for me, but I'm enjoying this shit. I mean, coming back from that long break, I'm inspired, man. Like niggas is acting crazy, man. I told you, man. Like everybody's going back to normal. It's just what I'm used to when I was absent, not doing content. But then decades later, it's not changed. But a lot of people is doing their content, man, and that's good. And people need to keep doing it, and it helps long term. Sometimes we gotta understand something here. I believe when people try things, you don't see many people talking about what is game versus non-game, but it's silly arguments like that. Okay, what is pro tricking or non-tricking? I can do a title like that and say, are you with or against? To me, I don't care for neither one, but tricking or buying ass to me wasn't my thing. I never was the person to buy ass. I'm not a strip club person. I don't care. To be honest with you, I know it's fun to look at. It's nice. I know most men enjoy that entertainment. That's cool. Me, it's just ain't my thing. I had some thoughts about it years ago, but I said, "Nah, that ain't my thing." I understand it because I never did that. That's what most guys would do when they're younger. See, I was smart when I was younger. I stayed in the books. Yes, I talked to girls, and I had to do all that. I had to work on my shouts out to Platinum. He said mouthpiece. I had my natural mouthpiece, but I had my common sense. But I didn't give them that non-sexual attention. I gave a few the ones that liked me and the one that was gonna date me, but she stayed in the original state I come from, and she kind of blew it when she kind of left me, and then I had somebody else. It is what it is. You just gotta understand this stuff is nothing new. And when dudes get on panels think they know everything, they don't really know much. They just want to talk a lot of shit about person, talk down to people about this stuff. Then they need to shut the hell up and be quiet because they haven't lived the experience. You know what I'm saying? I lived the experience. It's not about having sex or anything. I mean, that's part of it, but other part is not. It's how can you keep her? If you niggas can't keep a woman, that show you y'all have bad people skills. I mean, keeping a woman is the number one thing to survival. If any nigga said keeping a woman is not a survival, something wrong with that nigga. It is. I'm sorry, it's the truth. I don't care what no fucking nigga likes. But that's the thing that we gotta understand something. People want to act like this ain't a thing and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta stop trying to claim blame for shit. And we just gotta stop trying to blame women like 95% of our problems. Like, most of the shit is our fault because we allow them to. That's why you got a lot of weak motherfuckers on the internet claiming they know everything, but they don't. Especially this type of topics they really love the most. Now, I don't claim to know everything. I know certain things about certain things. I read a lot and I ask people what to do, and they ask me questions. Like shouts out to Leticia again. She asked some intelligent questions to me and good answers I gave her, and I told her I can't just do that and just be ignorant to certain things. You can't hate on people all day, especially our women, because that's done by design, and that's okay. We got to admit that we ain't perfect. We got to understand that shit will not go our way. You got to stop and think about something. I'm not hating on people doing what they do. That's the business of people. If people got a different preference of yours, it's great. But we can't act like that people love the shit and they're addicted to it and they have sexual problems. I'm not judging nobody from doing what they're doing. God bless them, man. Like if you want to be happy, be happy. And I think MLT said something very valuable. Even though I call them three syllable niggas, this and that, and chant and throw shots at him like I troll him and fantastic. I don't give a fuck about them niggas. But he said something valuable in that stream, in that Coliseum, LBM Coliseum to them niggas. He said, I want y'all to be happy. I said, okay, but he got to do the same thing on his side. And we'll stop trolling and throw shots at him. You know, that's just my advice to this nigga, man. Like this nigga's a crybaby, bro. Talk all that bullshit. Ain't nobody studying that nigga, man. I know people love him and they're entertained by his shit. No, he is what he is, bro. Like he's the pot called the kettle black. I can't take somebody that serious. I'm glad I wasn't a yes boy. Him and Fantastic always want some yes men around him, and you got to smash him on his bullshit. I'll do that. That's the only person I would love to smash on points, not sexually, but smashing his bullshit. This dude loves to talk about track records, environments, and outcomes all day. Those are his three favorite words. I try to tell you, he loved using those words, stress, and he puts it in. And I think Sarun told me he had to beat the word environment in his head and try to get him to believe that. And I believe it. It's just so much about this nigga. It's just like let me calm down on him because he ain't even relevant in my ear. Ain't nobody studying that dude. I mean, shouts out to Ramil supporting him, but dude, Ramil, you don't need that nigga, man. You're an entertainer. You don't need to talk about politics. I know he loves it because I know he's big on Trump and everything. And I respect Ramil. Ramil's an entertainer to me. He does other things. He talks about money. And I have to give him respect. He likes real estate. He likes talking about it. That's his thing. That's his stick. He could go far in other things he does. Now, Loud Man, Loud Trick, or whatever you want to call him, Truck, Trick, LT, that nigga is weird, okay? I don't know who's worse than him or the other guy. It just shows you Ramil don't care. Someone's got to do the nigga shit. And he'll give you that. He'll give you intellectual shit every now and then. He can hold a room over more than me. And shouts out to him again. This is why I don't have an issue with Ramil. Ramil's straight up. The reason why, and I told this to Kuda, the reason why people are scared of Ramil is because he keeps it real. But not only that, they play up to this nigga, man. And I said this on his third shift multiple times. Every time on his little show, his semi big show. It's gonna be big if he does it right. They play up to him because they know he can pull their whole cards. He got secrets on him. That's all. And I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing to Ramil. Ramil does his thing. That's why I always semi troll him. I don't troll him all the way. I use the word LBM Coliseum. I mean it. It is a Coliseum. Niggas want to scream and yell about bullshit, crying about their problems. I like how he said, I'm gonna get rid of the panel. Him and Tyson gonna get rid of the panel. But you know what someone said? Loud Trick said, no, you taking the nigga's voice. You taking the nigga's voice. You taking the nigga's voice. And that's what it was. But you gotta understand something. Ramil has the right to get rid of you. Okay. Now people hate the fact that he charges women for a fee, which is to me, would I do it? No. Can he do it? Yes. I like that because he's that type of he has the personality to do that. I have to give him respect on that. And I've never seen a content creator charges people $500, especially women that have all this support. And he's saying what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't go on any panels and shit. I don't have to. Only person I probably went on panels is female. To be fair, is actually two. I believe it was Melody Speaks and shouts out to Char Willie, um, the great Char Willie, excuse me, as a moderator that she is. But I've been on a panel once, and that's pretty much it. I haven't been on that many, but that's just the thing. You know, people do what they do. Like I'm not tripping. No, take that back. It was Shar, Melody, and Sexy Red multiple times on Sexy Red. Yeah, that's it. But outside of that, that don't mean anything. That don't mean anything. It's just it is what it is. And I have women on my panels. I have all types. You can watch old streams I did, old shows and old content I did. It's nothing now. But that don't mean, oh, he can't pull no numbers. I can pull numbers if I want to. If I put something in the title that's interesting, niggas gonna listen. And if they see a pound full of niggas talking or whatever or not, come challenge it. But niggas gonna listen to you for a minute. And once you drop that link, it's a wrap. You do what you do. But I'm not saying to make fun of people. But I'm glad, no background noise, no cleverness, and no loud animal barking. My mom's dog that I'm taking care of for a while, because I'll tell you a story about Josie, the dog, my mom's dog that was given to her by a therapist. That dog is a piece of work, but it's a lovable dog. It's a mixed breed, I think Chihuahua and Yorkie, or what they would say, a Chorkie that my mother would say. But that dog, he's like a tank. He's crumbs and everything. Ain't dead yet. Done had everything. Ain't supposed to, but it's a registered uh was it registered? It's a registered service dog slash equine therapy dog, but I ain't gonna get into the name. But Josie is an interesting animal that I had taken care of since my other dog that we got rid of. It was a border terrier, and that was years ago. But that's a whole nother story. But similar attitude. Should have got along with him. But that just lets you know what it was. He can be used as a house dog, but he was outside too, so he can survive it because the trees. He kept eating trees and chewing on sticks and shit. That's what silly dogs do. Little dogs like that, mid-sized dog, but wasn't scared either. But that just shows you, uh, so-called man's best friend. But we ain't gonna get into that argument. But I just have a feeling that people want to claim they know everything about the so-called game, but really they ain't got no game themselves. Do tricks have game? A little bit. I think Kuda said tricks have game. In a way, they do. Their game is spending money and how much ass they can get in one night and how much money they can waste. That's their little game. That's what they would call it, the trick game. I wouldn't even call it a trick game because game is subjective. It could be you're a trick, player or hustle, or a good bar, they would say, like the guy that don't really do shit. I wouldn't even call him a good bar. I call him no dice. I call that man what they call good bars in the Igmore clan. I call him no dice. No dice niggas are the type of niggas that always got the hose. They say, how you get him? He ain't do shit with him. He just got him. They fuck with him. They fuck with him. That's all I can tell you about that. But I'll make a stream on that and just go in why you see niggas that get them like that. And that's all they talk about in the Igmore clan and 2.0 a sphere. It is what it is. Like, that's what you get. And then I heard Mal Manor fuck. I call him Mal Manor fuck. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Angry Man's bitch ass. Fuck him too. He wants to flip flop like the rest of these niggas. Shouts out to Ty City catching everybody flip flopping. That's why niggas ain't shit and they ain't gonna be shit for the rest of their time being. And that's why they ain't shit now. You see, Ty City pulls everybody's whole card. Salute to him again last week, or I mean last night, excuse me. And he's doing it again. I tell you, stay on their heads, man. The SB annihilators that they are, them and Ramil, the mighty Ramil at the LBM Coliseum, as we all hear and commence, but it is what it is. And I ain't heard Fantastic, or excuse me, Mr. Fittinelli. That fuck nigga, man. That clown nigga, I can't stand. I can't stand him worse than MOT. At least MOT, I just like messing with him, like just trolling him. I don't even care for MOT like that. He be on some bullshit every now and then, but I know people love him. But I don't care for dude like that. But I like trolling him though, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. I always call him that word. It's insulting to him. He knows I'm making fun of his accent and I'm talking shit. But I don't hate the guy like that. I mean, I have thoughts, but then I said to myself, no, why hate a dude that's already been defeated, bro? Like, he chose to go to Colorado. If he had that type of money, hell, he need to make more money to go out of the country. If he's really serious about this passport thing, that's why I'll tell him, MLT, just go anyway. Who cares, bro? Who cares, nigga? Just go and be happy. Be a happy man and quit arguing with the god of game is god of gameism. Shouts out to DJ Kuda and everybody else. Just leave niggas alone and just do your thing, bro. Quit crying, bro. Like, uh, ain't nobody want to see you cry all day, bro. I'm just saying, like, let's just be real. Like, dude needs attention. Like, everybody needs attention. Now, do I need attention every now and then? Yeah, on the internet, but now off here, I don't need that attention. I got my own problems to deal with. But I ain't got time to argue with niggas about bullshit. Like, let me tell you something. If you're conservative, move on. Niggas don't care, bruh. I'm just telling it like it is. My nigga, you gotta chill, bro. Like, but he ain't the only one. He ain't the only one. And I'm not just picking on him just particular. I'm just saying niggas like him always irk my nerves, and he ain't by himself. It's a lot of people that act like this, bro. We got to stop and think about that shit. But you got niggas that think like this and want to cry all day. But there's a reason why these young men follow niggas like that, and they follow everybody like that. Now, I'm not throwing shots at anybody. I'm just saying in general. I mean, I throw shots at a few people I mentioned, yes, because I use them as examples. Like, why do it? Why do it? And shouts out to Jim, say he has that homoerotic uh gossip talking about Angry Man. Well, Angry Man, we already know he's a clown. He is what he is. Don't believe everything that you read. Shouts out to Too Raw for Sports. Yeah, man. It's just, it's nothing on for me right now, but and it's just what it is. I mean, yeah, they going crazy over here. And I'm not shitting on everybody. They talking about the patriarchy. Yeah, Kevin Kelly's at it again. Shouts out to him. Actress Denise Dowse passed away at 64. Wow, I didn't realize she was that old. She played a lot of good shit. Rest in peace, though. Yeah, man. But you got to understand something. A lot of people just want to be angry all the time. And I'm just saying, oh, I had 7 people in here and it dropped to 4, but that's okay. But that's part of life. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that people should get real. It's just like I'm feeling it. And I'm just like, hey man, I'm gonna see some what's on live because I'm not gonna just jump in everybody's streams. Like, yeah, let me put it on Assassin's Creed. I'm just, you know, we're gonna see what's going on real quick because I got the game pause with San Andreas. But shouts out to people that came through though. Appreciate y'all for listening. You know, even in the clouds, appreciate y'all because everybody's gonna do their thing. And that's just how I'm gonna look at it, you know, because everybody's doing their thing as normal. Oh damn, I got 6 likes. Appreciate y'all. And it's pretty much, you know, what I got because I know Sunday Madness is in and out. So, you know, I'll drop the gates in a minute. So if anybody want to come up and talk, that's cool because it's gonna be a 2 hour thing. So don't you worry. Yeah, I'm gonna be on for like 2 hours. I'll get it in, get my shit in, and just be out there. But the thing is about it, don't bitch and complain online all day because that's pretty much stupid what y'all doing all day long. So let me mute up. Yeah, I'm back at it again. But you know, the reason I had a small rant there in the last, I'll say 15 to 20 minutes, it's just like, you know, it's almost an hour. I get so tired of niggas talking about the same old shit. Now I understand people love, what about game versus non game? Yeah, it's an important topic. You got all these players, these game niggas talking about this. The game nigga do this. Game nigga do. Sound like little kids. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Go outside and live life, man. And stop all this whining and bitching like a little bitch. Stop acting like a hoe, man. That's why people use the word hoe ass nigga. And the reason why they use hoe ass nigga, they act like hoes, man. That's what hoes do. They bitch and complain and scream and yell like children, like baby little girls. Be men for once. Stop acting like little girls. I mean, little boys have fun. They reckless, they scrape the net, and they go outside and they play again. That's what they do. I used to do that. I kept on fucking playing. But you got these dudes, they act like little boys. Boys is bad, but they act like little girls. I mean, not little boys, but they act like girls, bro. On panels, just tripping about their problems and in the chat room, because I'm on their heads forever in the chat room. I hold everybody accountable in the chat room. If y'all on that bullshit, I'm gonna see you for who you is. I'm not stopping from saying the shit that I'm saying. Y'all gotta stop, bro. Like that shit is so annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that anybody can be a part of something and expect not to me to change. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not here to ask anybody to do anything they don't want to do. Just move on, man. Like I'm not going to argue with niggas for 15 hours to 20 hours. Probably the one all the way to 8 to 9 to 10 hour stream. I'm not doing that shit, bro. I did that last year when everybody was in the pandemic and they was stuck. They had nowhere to move. This shit is wild, bro. Like, y'all gotta stop this bullshit. And that's pretty much like I said this before, I say this again. People are not stopped going to watch what they're gonna hear, but if some mistake happens, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying like we're here now, but people gotta understand something. We gotta be mindful of what we're dealing with. And the young boys, they're gonna suffer like always, because you got this fucking clown named Sneeko. I call him, he has a pathetic name. His name is Sneeko. But you know, I kind of agree some of the things he says as a young man. I mentioned him on Sunday Madness to Wacky and guys like him, but he is somewhat telling the truth. He said everybody can be rich, but he knows everybody can't be rich by themselves, and you got it's plenty of ways to get there. And I had to disagree with Wacky on that last stream. I know he disagreed with me, like you can't tell somebody. No, I disagree with that because you can, but you're being honest with them. You know, if you want to be rich, that's fine, but it's not tangible. Everybody's not going to get that unless you live in a corrupt society. I'm gonna be fair. Corrupt society like the so-called white man, Esau, whoever runs this planet and controls these fucking gangs and the military-industrial complex. You're not running shit. Y'all don't even have a fucking military to control people and different ideologies and structures to move forward. Y'all too busy worrying about hoes 95 to 100% of the time on your fucking brain. And that's where tricking comes into play. That's just a secondary hiccup. The main hiccup, y'all want to buy in this game finesse, and you let the finessers win and let your tricking disease consume you. Them bitches want the best of you, man. They're trying to kill you. Okay? They're trying to kill you with that shit. Y'all need to stop doing both and just live a normal life. Now, can you have women? Yes, you can have fun. That's cool. I don't care if you buy ass or not buying ass, but just be honest. Who cares about sexing 24/7? Like, that shit's overrated. Shout out to the album and Preach for saying that to this boy. Once you get a certain age, that shit's dead, bro. It's easier than now. Don't say nothing to these hoes. Let them come after you and kick them out of the fucking house if you can't stand them. People do it all the time. People don't acknowledge or don't give them none at all. Let them go crazy. Like you see it now. You niggas got the advantage, don't realize that the ones that's doing it right, y'all got the advantage. The ones that ain't doing right, let them talk all that weird shit and they're gonna get caught by the top and they out of there. They use as bait. Don't fall for the bait, gentlemen. The ones actually are gentlemen, but the ones that ain't, y'all gonna perish, y'all gonna go. No one cares about y'all. Y'all replaceable. You niggas is replaceable. You so dumb. Diddly dumb. Diddly dumb. And didn't want to cry about not getting the ass afterwards. I saw people in the chat in the Ty City's chat, the Logic Sphere. I was watching. I didn't want to tell you. I was just laughing from the distance. I said, "You niggas is wild in the chat." But Ty City did a great job, man. He's been knocking it back and forth. I told you, consistency is king. I still believe in consistency. If you're consistent with this shit, you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to be fucking fine. Okay, let's cut the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But Leticia did her thing last Thursday. I salute her. Like that woman, it wants to do something for her daughter or some. I don't know if it was daughter or family. What? Yeah, she can do it. Just take her time, pick a subject, and then it'll flow. People will come to you. You got to be interesting. I'll tell you a secret. You got to be interesting. People will listen to you if it's time, and they will fuck with you long term. It takes a while. Once you leave away, it builds up, and then people gonna ask questions. They're gonna ask things. It works for me. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Don't force people. And I shared support the legendary White Girl Roy. He said dating and tricking overseas. Now that's part one. He may do a part two. I might see his part one and part two because I ain't had time. Like I saw little bits of it, but I'll say it again. I think he should do a part two, and I'll see what it is. But this conversation to me is kind of dead in the water, and it's just what it is. And then everybody's doing their thing. Salute them, man. Salute the ones that's doing good. I don't care about Donald Trump being rated. I talked about that last week. It's no need. And yeah, man, y'all do your thing. Never judge a book by its cover. It's going to happen, man. Take your time and relax and understand what's going on. And he said niggas is finished like AMS. That nigga is weird, man. He need to get off the fucking internet. He's a fucking clown at this point. I think people say who likes that nigga. I don't know who likes that nigga, bro. I don't know who like that nigga. It is what it is. It is what it ain't. So I know people are just there to be seen, but hey, I just have to look at something, man. Like some people they just want to be heard on some nonsense. But you gotta understand something. A lot of people just want to be heard the wrong way and things like that, I'll check something before I mute it. If I get some bleed, we won't hear it. And I'll stop it for a minute. Cause if I'm muting, don't worry, someone's trying to get into my little sound and little stream, but I ain't got time for that. Because people are so damn emotional, they can't control themselves all the time. But it's pretty much what you got now, and then you do the best you can to see what's going on. But like I said, it's gonna be an hour. Yeah, it's gonna be an hour because I know it's an hour in. So let's keep it pushing. let's see here. Let's see, because I know the hour's coming in real quick. Copy. That's for you fools who don't want to come up. But the door is open, and I'm gonna drop it because I'm not going to just argue about certain things. But the main topic is just be real with yourself, And I'm so tired of these arguments. It goes back to last year. And shouts out to Ray Singing the Blues. I like, dude, these niggas been tested and tried. They're fuck niggas, bro. Stop listening to people that's gonna give you weak streams and shit. Just let them niggas hang themselves, bro. I just don't support neither side. I have my stance on it. Yes, I am pro game to a certain extent when I was younger, but the older I got, I kind of got out of it. I am not pro tricking. So don't get it twisted. I don't fuck with that shit. That's y'all's thing. That's cool. I don't speak on it, and I don't speak on it what it is, but that's the all right. Yeah, I had to shut that background. Yeah, but I know she was gonna act up. I didn't want to get into my bleed. Probably got a few of it, but that's okay. I'll listen on the playback probably later. But yeah, but the today's subject is just be real with yourself. It's a free for all topic. All the stuff I was saying, I'm just observing this week and last week. It's the same shit that I see all the time. But that's just how it's gonna be. But what you hear is what you see and you get. But I know that's the thing that I see all the time on the internet, and it's just like most people they're just gonna be who they are. But you see this all the time, like, hey, I mean, and I watch other things. I watch other streams. I'm just watching this dude named Weiss Network. He has that 24/7. The games I play, I've just that's some hobbies I like. And then I ain't watch the news in a minute. I have to really catch up what's going on overseas, whatnot. I don't pay attention to the war in Ukraine because that shit will drain you. I'm not gonna lie, because all politics is not bad, but if they repetitively talked about that shit with Ukraine, that shit will drive you fucking nuts. So I couldn't do topics like that. I was thinking about that. I said, "Oh hell no!" I would love to do them, but I have to break them down and write them down for y'all and just say, "Look, this shit ain't gonna go away. It's gonna go, but I ain't got time for that because niggas ain't interested in that. They interested in the bullshit." But speaking of content creators, shouts out to I said Daquan Wiltshire again. He's on a new leaf. I know he has a different perspective. I know a lot of people say he likes big women. That's his business. I mean, I ain't gonna judge somebody. If a guy likes a big woman, that's your business. That's your fucking business. And it's just something that I caught on his pre-record, and I like what he said. Even though dudes are not honest, and just be real with yourself, because you got a lot of fake dudes in these so-called black spaces and so-called manosphere spaces or any of these spaces. They lie about who they sleep with. They try to say it's the game. No, it's both sides. Y'all hypocrites. Y'all not getting these skinnies. Stop it. You're not on Instagram and they DMs. They don't fuck with you like that. You got to pay a lot more to be with them, which I know for a certain information, certain sources that people that I follow and subscribe, and they tell me all the time they can't get that ass. It is what it is, man. People need to stop lying on the internet. Like, it's bad enough the smartphones is doing damage to you and screenshots, but now you niggas want to lie again. Loud Trick, I'm gonna call him Loud Trick. Loud Trick, aka Big Truck. He's a proud T. And I respect that. He admits it. He tells on himself all the time. That's why I don't have to go after him as much. He's like, oh, you're nobody. Just because you got a lot of subscribers, you still a fuck nigga like everybody else. Most of these people that got lots of subscribers of me that's in the millions, those are fuck niggas to me. They need that because most of them people are empty and plastic inside, right? See, I'm real. I don't need a lot. You give me like 10,000 or 1,000, that's great enough for me because I already make great content in the beginning of the early years of this channel. I have nothing to prove to these dummies. Like if they watch my shit, I said, damn, he talked. Yeah, I just don't talk about it no more. It wasn't popular when it first came out years ago. Niggas is lame, bro. And this is why the game versus non-game argument is a distraction, men not moving forward. Men not producing real things. You know why? Because it gets stuck on the sexual ass shit, but niggas don't want to do the work. And that's just like I said, and shouts to the BMT saying that the reason you don't have successful men, and I got to bring up this fucking screenshot what Complex is saying. And this is what I'm talking about, what Complex was saying. I got to bring, and I'm glad I didn't delete the screenshots. Let me hold up for a minute. Let me hold up for a minute. Y'all hold up for a minute. Because I want y'all to see what he said at the LPM Coliseum. I'm gonna be fair to him because I have no hate towards him. We may disagree on certain things. I don't really care for him like that. But that stuck out to me. He said, "Why is it so hard?" You know why it's so hard. Once you have bullshit conversations like this, I need this screenshot so bad. I'm gonna share it with y'all. Hold on for a minute. Because he resonated with me. And I said that last time. I told Leticia, this is why I always look at comments like this and they ask very great, simple questions like that. What she did and what this guy did. This is the problem. They don't want to be technocratic globalists. But let's see something for a minute. Hold on for a minute. And I just wanna share this screenshot with y'all. Hold on. And this stuck with me last Thursday, right here. He said, black men, this is what Complex said on Ramil shit. Black men need to become technocratic globalists. Why is this so hard to understand? Here's the thing. I agree with this question. He said something to me about it 2 years ago when we was on the Brain Trust and we had those talks on panels, open panels, like when it was something. I told him the problem is look at the bullshit y'all talk about. Y'all not doing different hobbies. Shout out to Thai City. Hobbies are important, but you're not putting them into jobs and saving young men. Young men are fucked around and getting their heads blown away as usual and dying from this C virus. But we ain't gonna get into that. It's a whole nother shit that we're dying from. And then you got your infamous God died with a so-called, to me, he died of a heart attack or heart failure. I say to me, I believe he died with congestion heart failure. And that's bad health and all that all the way around. But that's a whole nother topic about him because he's a prime statistic why niggas got problems. Okay. And this resonated me last Thursday. Shouts out to him for this shit right here. And he said this 2 years ago. They don't want to do it, bro. In my answer to this question, right, he told us to Ramil, and I told him, don't want to fucking do it because they're cowards. They don't want to do it. I'm taking that off the screen. I got the screenshot. I got all of it. If y'all want to ask me about it, that's cool. But that shit right there stuck out to me this past Thursday, last Thursday. But yeah. I'll read what Wacky said on the comment. There are so many countries around the world going through an economic recession right now. Exactly. It's so much to talk about. I ain't got the time to do it. I just talked about Nigeria. We're going to stick on the Nigeria thing. Can they be an empire? Hell no, because they got too many problems and they can't even think for themselves. They programmed to be fucked over. Do I hate those people? I don't really care for them. They ain't my peoples. I treat them what they are. They're guests, but I understand their plight. That ain't my job. That's something they do. They got all the connections over here. Why don't they help their own people? They don't want to because, ego and all the other stuff. But that's a whole nother stuff. I think Duke the Don and Chaos Truth said it best. They won't be that superpower. Well, y'all got to change your ways. Let's see what Wacky said on this one. He said 40, 50-year-old fake players on YouTube trying to live a second child. They always do. It's not just them living a second childhood. It's a combination of them living a second childhood, playing and buying bitches too. It's a combination of both because both ideologies at that age and my age trying to relive their teens, midlife crisis, motherfuckers. I'm gonna name the stream like that. Open. I won't do that as a vlog stream. It's what's killing young black men. A lot younger than me. See, 30 something to 40 is not bad. You're still somewhat old, but you got to be better than the 40-year-olds. I hate to say, our generation, we're gonna be fine. It's the younger ones that are I would say like 18 the 20 pluses. That's what I'm concerned with. Those are the ones that I can tell, look, do it the right way. Don't lie to people on here and just be honest. Have an honest living. You be fine. But don't try to lie to people about you didn't finesse getting bitches and getting pussy all day. But you got, yeah, it's a lot of fake players out there. That's why most of them are tricks. They're all tricks in some degree. I wouldn't even call them players. They're tricks deep down because they show their hand all the time. You see it in movies and stuff, and they get caught every time. The internet is undefeated. The internet's undefeated. We got to stop trying to claim niggas think they know everything. They don't know shit. Like I've have an uncle, older uncle, that was a pimp and a gangster and shit like that. But them shit's gone, bro. Like he's 60 something years old. Well, actually, he's probably 70 right now, and he's already bad. He's probably dead. But it's just something that to me that stuck out to me a long time ago, and then I looked at it years ago. I hadn't seen him since 2014, and going back and forth to Tennessee, and then Thanksgiving dinner, things like that. And then before I got my very first job in my mid to late 20s, I realized, because I went through a lot in my early 20s, but in my mid to late 20s, I found something that worked for me. But then I got tired of it. It's all too much. And then, working on to get another one. But I'm just working on my field. What I'm doing now is best. Try to give y'all this message or whatever. But a lot of people are just worrying about the wrong shit. The wrong shit. And that's the thing about people. They just want to get online and scream and yell about their problems. And I think, and shouts out to Cookie Monster for saying that, like, yeah, a lot of people are broken. They're broken motherfuckers. They just want attention. And, the internet's going to be wild. I told you it's going to be wild this year. It's going to be wild next year because shit are changing. Do what you do. I want to see what we say about the Nigerian part. He said a lot of Nigerians are people, Israel, especially those of the Igbo and Yoruba tribes in Nigeria. I'll say, yeah. I'll say some of them tribes could be, I believe it's Benjamin and Lewites or Benjamin and Lewites. Yeah, I would say like that or Four Corners. It's a whole nother subject. I'll say some. I ain't gonna say all. I'll say what's this guy that subscribed to me? Shouts out to him. I believe he was Igbo. Yeah, Igbo and Yoruba is. I think they the two. I would say them together, and they go back to the eastern tribes. I would say Lewites or Levi's or one of the two. And in certain Caribbeans, that's it. Now I say them, most of England and half of Europe, in the Americas, that's your four corners, because Canada, I don't include the Mexicans there, but that's Arias shit. I don't include them. Me and Elder Young One, I don't think we include them. Now, some do you have some people, black people in those countries? Absolutely. There are, I would say, a little bit of Mexican, but some of them could be speckled bird Gentiles or whatever. But you got some that are, but I ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole nother. I think me and Elder Young One was on some pro black stuff back in the day, and he broke it down. I think I got a pre-record of that, and it was about right. We just never broadcast it. We know the other tribes are still stuck at the same regions, but they're isolated just like everywhere else in other countries, like in Iran and things like that. That's a whole nother a mess that we got to deal with. But after that, that's just me, And I try to tell this to someone on the panel last year. Now, if you understand the what he said about the Jacob story, he said about the angel and stuff. I'm gonna break it down to oh boy. Um, the Jacob story, people start to say it was his hip. No, it's his hamstring. Some people say it's the hamstring or whatever. And it's a symbolic is symbolic why that happened when he wrestled the angel. And he knew he was gonna be blessed, but that was predestined by the Most High, the Heavenly Father Yah, giving him that knowledge. And then Esau was weak and cunning as hell. He didn't care. He had no blessing. So again, and he thought he was Esau since he was blind and stuff. That's Isaac. That's a whole nother, I know the scriptures of that too, because I ain't got it on hand right now. But I was trying to tell him when he was on the panel, that's predestined, man. Like he tried to disagree with me on the panel. I said, no, 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 that's predestined. I was trying to tell that to Kuda and them. They don't understand that a lot of shit's predestined. You can't, that's out of our control. Okay. You wouldn't understand it's a metaphor that people do exist like that. And the reason Jacob or Jacob is the chosen one is because he's Zion. So people say Israel or Israel or Israel. I would say Yasharal. That's what me and Elder Young One was teaching back then. That's Zion. I still call him Zion. Zion means chosen, means God's people, Most High, Yah, or whatever. That's what I serve. And they're gonna be in a throne. And of course, we worship the mighty King David. Some people say Christ. We ain't Christians though. I ain't no Christian, so I don't even use the word Christ no more. That's I got away from that. That's what those brothers are brainwashed into. I don't believe in him. I used to, but I got out of that. Nah, that ain't us. We still serve the David principles and shit like that. But that's a whole nother topic. I ain't gonna get into that because me and the other young one believe in the same thing. It's just I have a different way of looking at it than he do. We may disagree on a few things, but outside of that, we do agree that that's what we serve. If you go back to our old shit, that's it. And the reason why I told Tampa I don't do this because a lot of people ain't gonna co-sign it because I had an issue with that obliterator nigga. He stabbed me in the back, so that's a whole nother mess on that. I mean, I used to do that content for years and years, and I don't even do that no more. I still support it, and I still support the Heavenly Father always. Do my best to live right. And it ain't easy, and I'm taking risk, and He knows. And you got to live your life right. That is what it is. He's a natives, though. Yeah, he's talking about the black. Yeah, that I don't mean indigenous. I'm talking about people claiming those. That's what people see with GMS and them. Because I remember they was posting them. They wasn't posting on black individuals. They weren't posting on black men. But I do know there's some black people in those areas. But I'm not. I'm just talking about specifically us, particular. But them, I have to question that because some people it is what it is. But we'll see, because I'm not going to claim them as ours because you know how they get. They say, I'm Christian, I'm Catholic, and see, that's the issue right there. I tried to debate one of them in a barbershop. I already knew he was lost, but I've met one that looks similar to me, though. Um, I don't think he was Mexican. I think he wasn't no Venezuelan, but I think he was one of those South Americans that come in Georgia. We got a lot of them in Georgia. And I asked him, like, what his nationality was and wherever, it's a long story, but they act like they don't want to be around us, because there's a stigma with the U.S. Black American. You already know we're the most hated, to be honest with you, and the Caribbean. You know how it is. They look at us and we're like, look at these niggas. But it is what it is. But you do not understand that that's what you got in the so-called manosphere. The so-called modern day 2.0 claim to be. They try to be us and they couldn't. I still serve the Heavenly Father as best as I can. That's why. And Elder Young One, he came to my shit, I think once or twice on a vlog stream. Shouts out to him though. Shalom to that brother. But it is what it is, man. Like we left that Christian shit alone. But I think people just got tired of the bullshit and they just like, yeah. And that's just what it is. Yeah, he said RER is full of garbage. Yeah, yeah. I was looking at that shit. I was like, I remember years ago. And them niggas got on my nerves. It was them, obliterated. It was beefing. I got caught up in it. And then the channel that I used to have back in the day, I got knocked by them. And some troll ass so called Asians, but technically they were niggas. They were agents from the CIA. They knocked us off. And niggas don't want to admit that, but that's what happened. They made a list. They made a hit list. I was a part of it. I got caught in the crossfire for telling the truth. And my shit was different from everybody else. I actually did research. And I'll tell you why I don't do that deep research on our own people. You know why? Because most people are not interested in it. Back in the day, they was. Shouts out to Tampa asked me about the history streams, and he said this on my panel a few times. And I tried to tell him the reason I don't do that content no more, man, is a lot of niggas are sensitive. Back in the day, it was something. It meant something. But these niggas flip flop and say fuck us and million LDO and guys that teach like this. We're not listening to your asses. That's how they think. That's how these niggas is lost. But that's our people. We gotta love them regardless of the bullshit. The ones that mean well, they don't have to be the baddest nigga in the world, but they're mind fucked. They meant well. They got family and everything. They refuse to help. I tried to get my cousin onto that shit and it didn't work. He want to be a Christian. And that's the fucked up thing about try to get your family on board, but it doesn't work. They actually turn against you. Everybody's got different ideologies and beliefs, and I respect that. I couldn't push that with the other group I tried it with. That didn't work. Because I know everybody's got different beliefs, and it's hard for me to talk about it because everybody doesn't want that knowledge. And I had to learn to accept something. One thing about the so-called manosphere, I learned one thing about the so-called manosphere. Yes, there's semi-coons and ultra coons at that. But what I love is the fact that it's helped me understand people. I'm not mad because I like the fact that people show their hand who they are now. See, back then, where was this in 2012? Where was this in 2007? Where was this in fucking 1999 and prior to the 90s, 60s or whatever, 90s all the way through to 1960s and prior? What happened in the 19th century or 1800s in particular? What about the so-called 1600s? Where we was outcasted and everything, exiled or somewhat of slavery. A lot of shit. Where was this? Where was this in any era of rulership? I just don't see people talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people just want to be heard from their own lips and not caring about anybody else. See, one thing about me, I'm gonna tell you the truth about certain things what happened back in 2012 and prior. A lot of niggas just didn't want no help. They just want to talk a lot of shit and just talk bad about you, make you feel bad about you, and that's just what it is. Oh, I forgot to mute that. That got in my bleed. Okay, yeah, I forgot to mute that. I was playing. If y'all heard something in the background, that's San Andreas. I was playing that. It happens. That happens. Don't pay me no mind because I forgot to pause that shit. I was like, God be damn. I'll be damn. But it happens. He was singing the Ohio Players Roller Coaster, and I think they took that again. And I think some of the music, I haven't listened all the music. I hardly ever do with this new one, but the old one they got everything. So yeah, I'm just looking at it for what it is. Yeah, carrying this damn handheld. Let me put this shit back. So what you got here is what I see right now is like people are just talking about the same old stuff, like game versus non-game, and it's a habit. I think people, and enough about the Israelites or Yasharites stuff that I teach. Enough of that, because I know Tampa was interested in it. I mean, if Tampa was around back from 2012 and prior, oh man, those are the best years. That's when you want to be a part of something. But them years sailed by one nigga, and that's why people don't trust us anymore. You know how it is. Everybody flipped and changed. And shouts out to that Elder Young who was saying that, yeah, the CIA got involved and they couldn't stand us, so they put us on a gridlock. We was underground, but we did our shit. And that's what my channel was based off of. And I did it and talk about historical stuff, and then I move on. That's what I do. The other shit, the nigga shit, that was just added by the so-called manosphere. That's where these panels came in. And it's not structured, yeah, it's like a conference call, but niggas ain't actually learning nothing. But being a fuck nigga on the internet and thinking tricking is the best, it's not. Neither side is good. I mean, I understand people don't like the word, and I hate the word human trafficking. Human trafficking is sex trafficking. Who cares? Like, is it bad? Yes. Is anybody gonna stop it? Hell no. They can stop it all they want to, and you have, as long as you have a corrupt system, it's a black market. They're not gonna stop it. The only way they can stop it, if you want to save marriages, kill the whole system together, which they ain't gonna do, they ain't gonna do because they cowards. You're going to have to clean up everything, especially the youth. They need something to look forward to. They're still watching that shit when they're young. Niggas don't understand, like, most things is very complex and complicated. How can anybody change an environment of people not wanting them to change? But I just don't understand why people buy into this lie that people can't change and all this stuff. But people can change over time, but they have to want to change and want that selection in that process. But anyways, like I said, just be real with yourself and just don't lie to people and what you've done in your past life. You're gonna be found out, and then it is what it is. But Ty City did his thing. Ty City did his thing, and he's going after them niggas. He made fun of everybody. I don't care for the passport or the game guys because they most of them are the same ideology. They're not really to be frank with you. There is no such thing as the player shit. That shit died after 9/11. I mean, do you people finesse that PUA shit? That's the problem. That's what killed it. And then eventually, it's always been obsolete. They try to replace that player shit, but that shit don't work. And deep down, half of those dudes end up being what? The T's. That's the thing. Do you support the T's like that? Or versus the actual P's is doing wonders? So people got to understand that this stuff is nothing new. This stuff is prime example why people need to understand that a lot of this stuff is not going to change overnight. It takes time. It takes time. I don't get why people just sit here and just talk about the same stuff over and over again and then expect to get a rouse out of people. I mean, I do it all the time in my trolling and in my comments, but god damn, this shit is pretty much the same, don't you think? So I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. And that's just my point of reference of what's going on. So yeah, the white noise. I gotta get this on the way. Let me get something quick. I'm gonna switch. All right. I'm done talking to this one. I'm gonna switch. Yeah, yeah. Switch to it. Sounds smooth as usual. Sounds smooth as usual. Yeah, I had to switch. Yeah. I had to switch. I had to switch. I had to turn my other boy off. Yeah, I've been talking for like an hour with that thing. That sound boxy though. But I got my point across. I got people coming in the room. I still got the groove on it. And once I keep doing it, I think people start coming through and then they start watching, they get tired of the same old conversation. See, my channel is based off that. I'm trying to get away from the bullshit as I can. And, I will talk about the nigga shit. I show the screenshots and all that. Niggas don't like screenshots. I know everybody's emotional, blah, blah, blah. Quit talking about me like 24/7. But it is what it is. But people just got to understand something. Everybody's not going to be on the same wavelength as you. That's the thing about the world. But you understand something. And yes, I'm going 2 hours as my normal because everybody's not gonna come through right away. Because I don't see who's gonna come through or not. But shouts out to everybody. But I'm gonna be smooth talking the way because I appreciate people and the likes and everybody coming through. This is free for all, because Sunday Madness is what it is. I got my little thing and everybody want to hear what I gotta say. Appreciate them. It is what it is. I mean, got a few numbers there and there, but that's besides the point. But the thing, I think I told this last Thursday about what Leticia was saying. Um, she's right on a lot of points. She said, I got to see the replay of that stream. I felt like what she was trying to ask, why these men act crazy and talk bad about black women. I try to tell her they're programmed. And my answer to her question, even though I don't know if she fell asleep or step away, but I had to shut it down. But it was a good stream. Um, People are gonna feel the way they're gonna feel all the time. So again, this stuff is nothing new. I just don't see people. I just don't see why people just don't understand that a lot of stuff is gonna matter in the future, long term, when they have children or whatnot. But yeah, and what did Daquan say? I think I shared this shit. Hold on, I gotta go to my community tab what he was saying because I'm a little up. I ain't dozing off y'all, so don't worry. I had a bunch of caffeine in my head, my brain cleaning out. What's the name of that? He said DSG has a serious discussion on why men sleep with big women. That was a good take on that. I know it's his gaming channel. He's hilarious. He's a comedian, but I know he's originally from New York. But he had some good points that dudes are so hypocritical. They can't get the skinnies, but they always lying about what skinnies and big women. Most people say it would be the G guys, but no, it's tricking too. They ain't getting much, and it's sad. And you see it on big YouTube, and you got Sneeko or Sneak. Ain't nothing Sneeko about him. He's a clown. Looks like a Cuban reject. That's what the fuck he looks like. But he's a young motherfucker. I can't help wasted fucking talent like that. Destiny was cooking his clown ass. That's why he did it. It ain't got nothing to do with money. No, he was brown. They talk bad to their own people in front of you. It's like saying the N word, like saying nigga, nigga, nigga. I love niggas. Nigga, 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 nigga. I love niggas. That's why he said make my teeth white. That's what it was. That's what it was. And that's how I'm gonna look at it. Yeah, Leticia knows 2 to 4 hours. Yeah, game versus tricking. Yeah, Tassi got 5,000 views. Salute to him. That shit was wild. And then the Jism, aka Court Jester, the bubble fuck, they want to derail the party as like he always do. He's a bubble fuck. He said, "Man, we got paperwork. Even if we show the bitches, y'all still gonna talk your shit. Maybe yes and no. We ain't gonna be talking shit. We're gonna talk shit about the bitch. We ain't gonna talk shit about you. We just gonna talk shit about you. How stupid you for picking that. That's what men do. They do that in the barbershop all the time. As long as you flex your bitch, see, you're the one insecure. We're not insecure, and that's how you gotta look at it in so many words. But it's a nice sunny day. It's gonna be hot tomorrow. But y'all gotta wait for Wednesday and Thursday thrills. I'm about to drop y'all, but I forgot I didn't muted my boy CJ on here. But I didn't know everybody wasn't peace and quiet. But it is what it is. So what I'm saying is in so many words, y'all gotta understand something. This stuff matters to certain people. Once you get a certain level and certain level of success, you just gotta understand that a lot of stuff that we're talking about is pretty much relevant now. But the same old conversation about game versus tricking should die. To be honest with you, I mean, we already beat it up to death, and the younger people don't get it, and it's pretty much bad on in there. You know, but I don't know anybody would change anything in the future. So, like I said before, I said it again because it's a distraction for the bigger picture. But I do know that people love talking about it because that's a hot topic. And they say, yeah, they're gonna be. They used to be on this side, that side. See, that's that PPT bullshit. It don't get you anywhere. Y'all just paranoid. Y'all did this shit last year, and nobody's listening to y'all. They're tired of that bullshit. And they're trying to tell you, make some real content, make some real content. And they can't make no real content. You know why? Because they're weak and they cannot think for their damn selves. They can't even think they motherfucking selves about a content that ain't worth a damn, right? So it's pretty much why the fuck do we care? You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck we don't care? You know what I'm saying? Try not to doze off here, but I ain't dozing off. It feels like I am, but I'm not. My brain is cleaning itself out. But yeah, I heard the sports is pretty good, but that's preseason. I want to see what they're gonna do like in the regular season. Can't go by preseason. Preseason don't determine uh, great numbers. So I know people trying to say they're gonna pick sides on it. It's bullshit, bro. Ain't nobody gonna go back to that argument. That's 2021 shit. Y'all gotta stop talking about that. This is not content. I just feel like, when people talk about it, they just want to get nervous with it. And what I've seen is so many times, people are just gonna be who they are and not think of it at the least. But you got dudes claiming they got all this knowledge about both sides, and come to find out they end up being simps or tricks on the other thing. But people try to say they don't do that. Well, you do that in other states. But you gotta understand something. Some people just gonna be denial with their own problems. But man, it's been real. Like I've seen people just try that, and then I don't get mad about it at the end of the day. But that's just how you deal with it. I mean, the next door neighbor, she always walk, but but she's the L word. I'm not gonna go in on the group, act like they're the boogeyman, but really they ain't shit. Bunch of losers that want to be seen and heard. They gonna end up getting shot. But I just don't understand why people just I had a long pause when I was thinking about what I was gonna say, but that group, man, they make me sick. And please don't have to add that P. Everybody's done with that shit. But I don't know what was firecrackers last night with those Mexicans, man. They must have shot real guns in that and firecrackers. I mean, damn, the dude's weird. I said, what now? Let me calm down for a minute. Yeah, I just had to lean back for a minute. But yeah, on a nice sunny day like this, Sunday madness is wild. Anything can happen, anything goes. But one thing I have to admire that people, yeah, they do panels and stuff. But one thing I can tell y'all, things happen for a reason. Things happen for a reason. Opportunities is made. They are. What? Like I said before, I say it again. You got people just out here just acting crazy. I don't understand why people just gonna talk about this stuff to the dawn of time. And a lot says a never ending argument. To me, it's not an argument. Y'all ain't win shit. Only thing y'all won is probably got access and things like that. And y'all stuck on the past. That's why people have problems with y'all. And then the same shit I saw in 2021, I had to cut that shit loose because you niggas is emotional. See, I don't have an issue when people talk about it or the other side. It's just as long as you're happy, that's good. But if you're happy with it, no one cares. You have to understand that. Some people just care about the little shit. But that's what you got to look at, looking forward to. And so much like me, like we're in here and things like that. Oh damn, it's almost 2 hours. I'm making great progress, but I'm not staying long term. So y'all expect a little bit different. So when you have a guy like me talking about different things and like that, I know people is not gonna come through because it's Sunday. Because I know if y'all want to be rested, that's cool. But I'll open the link the ones that if they're new, they can come through. But shouts out to Leticia, man. Like she came in there, she was bold, and she said, I asked you a few. I was like, all right, go ahead, shoot, shoot. I gotta see that replay, man, because that was inspiring. But this one's gonna be good too. And tomorrow Sunday is gonna be excellent because not Sunday, but next Sunday, I'll give y'all some spitting fire, and then But yeah, Complex said what he said, and I co-signed what he asked him that question. But they don't want it. I know what he's trying to do, but they don't want it. If I was there, I told you, niggas just don't want it, man. They don't want to work for it. They don't want to work for it. They don't want to work for it because they want to work for some bullshit, and then there you are trying to tell them that this shit doesn't work. But I'm not saying technocracy is bad, but in a to accomplish, these dudes don't want it. They gotta want it. Do they want the change? And to be honest with you, fuck no, they don't want to change. They're fucking idiots. They act like a bunch of sexuals and don't know what to do with their heads cut off. They're like, man, I can't do that. I can't do nothing over there. I can't do that. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do. What we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? They sound like fucking cartoon characters. I don't know what to do. Master, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to be ultimately Red Pill. I thought I was Red Pill. Not Red Pill, but that's how you know. I don't know how to be Red Pill. I don't know how to turn it on. Ah. Ah! You know how niggas be. But it is what it is. Like I just look at them and just like, man, it's disgusting, but you understand that they're lost, right? And it's just what it is. You just got to be mindful of what you're dealing with. Let me see real quick. But yeah, I'm just like, how can a nigga going to change his life and then they talk about all this shit all the time? But see, that's a great distraction. I'm glad the distraction exists, and that just shows you what time it is. Most people don't like the fact that a lot of this stuff is happening. It's because people are just tired. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not dick policing anybody's little shit, and that's cool. But and it's not just dick policing, but you got to be mindful and tell them the honest truth, especially young men. You can have fun, but you're gonna be in the ground if you don't take care of your kids and shit. It's pretty much here or there, and that's just basically what I'm seeing right now. You know, and it's pretty much what you see is what you get, and that's just how I look at it. But you know, a lot of people just gonna look at it and be like, "Oh man, he's talking all ill about the men." He said that's the new general war. I was laughing when New was saying over at Thai City. I said, "Yeah, I didn't get the screenshot of what he was saying, but it's hilarious. It's pretty much the bullshit." And things went well. So yeah, and then I talked about Grand Theft Auto for a minute. San Andreas. I said, the definitive edition is mediocre. I got all three games from the Xbox store. I ain't got the one on disc. If I had it on disc, them three, been no issue. Been no fucking issue. I would have got in there and just came as it is. And but if I get a new Xbox, I'll buy them three again on the disc. This time on the disc. I'll tell you why. I prefer those on the disc and have a collection of those separate and then see how it plays out. And then there you are. And I'll let y'all know about it's all right, but it ain't one of my personal favorites. But but my personal favorites are the definitive edition. Of course, it's gonna be San Andreas and GTA 3. I like the original version of those, but the definitive, they're okay. It's just what it is. And they replaced the 3D graphics of those games, and it's just what it is. I was just enjoying my little hobby for those long 2 days, but and our refrigerator is slightly fixed. I'll say my refrigerator is slightly fixed, but they had to place it certain numbers and all that. So you get what you get. You don't have that going for me like that right now. So you gotta understand this stuff is hard. Most people gonna go out here and just do their thing, but people come through back and forth. And like I said, everybody came through. But Sunday Madness is what it is. So, I had a lot of views last year and talked about that particular stream, and that's probably still getting looks as always. But you gotta understand something. Some of the things you just gotta look at what I've changed. I've come a long way. But people gotta stop with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. Y'all do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna step away for a minute and I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back again, and then I had to step away for a minute, but yeah, she calmed down. But like I said, y'all gotta understand and forgive me because because I'm glad I did this stream today because a lot of niggas they just acting stupid right now, acting trifling and ignorant, and just I don't get why the fact that people do. I gotta break these socks in. Yeah, it could be the socks. They so tight, but if I get them washed loose, I'll walk better like I normally do. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I ain't buying no more gold toe. They little cheap ass shit. They don't make them like they used to. I don't stick to Fruit of the Loom or Hanes. Usually get Hanes. But you know about us. You know about me spending decent money and whatever. And I like the gear that I got. Whew. I can't wait to spend what I want to spend. I'm about to break the bank, get that pre-record mic that I need for the winter. I want to start talking to y'all and drop some pre-records in the fall. Still got the other one I still like in the daytime, but in the nighttime, I want that one. Go in and just in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And I'll drop it sometime, going off on things. So it's pretty much the one and the same. But yeah, I think people just is in here and just want some attention and things like that. I'm not really surprised, but it's a beautiful day today. It's a beautiful day. And then you just gotta look at what's what. And I'm just looking at it right quick and just like, yeah, I'll see something real quick. We'll move around a little bit. Oh damn. Let's see what's on Twitter. Yeah. Look at y'all for a minute. But that's just the thing about me because I know it's 87 outside. It's gonna be hot tomorrow now. You need the AC. It's gonna be like 91, 1% chance, but it's gonna rain Tuesday. Yeah, I'm just gonna let y'all. It's gonna let y'all just get into it, but 2 hours is about approach, so it's pretty much what I see right now. So let me mute up a little quick. Hold on for a minute. Yeah, I'm back at it again. Had to bounce around and make some movements, but and I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, someone dipped. Okay, good, good, good. I'm about to shut it off in the next hour, but shouts out to that person. Oh, the one's still here. Okay, heard all my bleeps and blops. You know, but yeah, appreciate that everybody came through because I'm not gonna be on here that much longer because I got things to do. But the next hour, if it hits the 2 hour mark, I'll do another 15 minutes. Give me 15 minutes. I'll do it 15 minutes because I won't get going, get washed up for a minute, and just rest and relax. But it's been a busy day for me before I got to start. I'm glad I'm doing this today because get this one out the gate, get the week started. And I had to show you all a screenshot with Complex, man. That stuck out to me last week, and the reason I did that, and the reason I kept those screenshots, I thought I was going to talk about it all Thursday night, but Leticia caught me off guard. But shouts out to her again. That was a great stream. I got to see the replay of that, and I ain't had a stream like that in a minute. Not like that, but it's gonna continue, because August and then September, you see the fall coming. It's gonna be, I ain't gonna say winter's gonna say the fall's coming. That's when people's really gonna be locked in. It's gonna be cool. People need something to listen to, and they go on the daily days, and especially the winter. I don't really give a shit. Winter is gonna be light. You're gonna see me do a lot. I'll drop some pre-records every now and then, but you'll see me do some streams. I'll do the same old, same old. And the Wednesday streams, yes, it's gonna be heavy weighted. It's going to be very interesting this year, and I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. But you know what I'm saying? Like, got to put this stand down. Oh, that stand was something else, ain't it? But like I said, like most people, they just gonna do what they do, and I'm just gonna look at it for what it is. So I got my thing going, and like I said, earlier in the streams, like earlier, and then it's like been an hour going on 2 hours. I stand on what I stand on. Like, look, what I saw last night, last week, is continuing, and they still gonna talk about it. I know Kuda's gonna talk about it. Are we talking about the frivolous conversation of a bygone ages? People just need to stop talking about it as much. I get people love talking about it. That's their shtick, that's their thing. But them hoes and them women that y'all complain about, they're laughing at you niggas. They don't take you serious. I know they laugh at the key guys, but they can get views. They ain't no issue. But the other guys that be in the chat room and on panels, y'all making them look bad. But y'all, what they say, men need to be on code, but they ain't gonna be on code. We're too ignorant. We're too arrogant and ignorant right now. What on code? what concept? They don't want to be on code and shit. Like that shit's dead, bro. You can't sneak around with these clowns, especially the internet. You crazy? Are you crazy? They're not going to change for nobody but themselves, but they have to change for themselves for the better. But it's like you got to understand a lot of people are just going to be who they are end of the day. And I'm not saying nothing will change, but they got to expect change for themselves. So, I know people was listening, but they was listening earlier, but I want y'all to get this on the playback. People going to tend to talk about what they're going to talk about, and I'm not mad or frustrated. I'm glad they're showing their hand. And I'm glad they're doing this because this is letting me know where people stand at. And that's just the bottom line of what we got. Okay. It's the first time putting these pants. I'm gonna wear my navies tomorrow. Yeah, so y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. I'm gonna get out of this my favorite shirt. I'm gonna put this back on the rack. So I got my striped emerald and navy and salmon colored shirt, one of my personal favorites besides the purple shirt. And yeah, it is what it is, man. Like I've really understand and tapped in what's going on, but you gotta really tap in, you know. And that's the thing about me. I understand what's going through certain things, and since we're gonna tap in like that, we're gonna do that. And I don't understand why people are just gonna get paranoid about it. So yeah, good luck with that. But we're gonna see. But tomorrow's gonna be hot. I don't know if it's gonna be humid or anything else. But this little small podcast or the 2 hour podcast we're gonna come in through because Sunday Madness 33 is in the books. Appreciate people coming through. The legendary Wacky World O came through. He got his 2 stars a day as always with good comments. Shouts out to Tampa for coming through. Pasta $40 in the building coming through. 1G's himself, the mighty 1G's. Dub G, Degenerate, the Slayer himself. Appreciate you coming through. UD, no long time no see. Shouts out to getting your channel back. UD in the building. Alonzo, y'all check him out with the life insurance thing. Trust who you're going to trust, but he's giving you good research. Support. And that's pretty much it. That's people that came through, people Skywatch. And appreciate the people that Skywatch earlier. One small little mile rants. But this is the type of shit people are going to ask me about, the game versus non-game conversation. The reason I don't talk about it no more, it's laughable at this point. People are going to switch up and be fake. It's going to be who they are. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put this stand down for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Because I got this little shit hooked up. Let's see for a minute. Yeah, I had to put the stand down for a minute. Okay. Yeah, I got to get my little. Yeah. Let me see for a minute. I'm going to end it off with my secondary. Yeah, the smoothness that y'all hearing. I actually use this the one on Thursday. I use this other microphone for Thursday. So it's pretty much, shouts out to everybody. I love the sound of this. I got to see some of my Sunday streams, how I sound like, but it is what it is. And it is what it ain't. So may the Most High y'all bless y'all in the name of the Holy Father and the Holy Spirit and the power and in His grace. Shalom and salute. And I'm out. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy this madness of a Sunday that we have of the bullshit that's going on in this sorry country in America. So we out. Peace.